Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Tony and this is HUD Pilot. Well, it's time for the big show to get ready for that one most important time of the year. And what's that big show? Duh. Oshkosh, of course. It's currently the month of May and the show takes place in the month of July. But it's never too early to plan the whole thing out. And that's what we're going to do in this episode. We're going to take a look at all the things I have to do to get ready for the show in July. Now, I've been to Oshkosh many times, but the difference this year is that I actually plan to fly the Lancair to the show. So let's get to it. All right, so this morning, just before I left home, this started off as a, hey, let's go flying and get ready for Oshkosh and all that stuff. Pull the plane out, and this is what happened. There you go. Not sure if you can see that. So started the engine, the starter locked in, and ripped off all the teeth, or at least about a dozen or 20 teeth off the main gear ring. Sad part is this thing isn't even 2 months old. So it's gonna be to the shop to get stuff done. I'm gonna work really hard at doing this. Claude, move your ass! And there you go. I'm working really hard. I'm sweating here. You know, I don't want to get my hands dirty. So Claude, as usual, is here. He's my bitch. Come on, Claude! Work, Claude!
I'm going as fast as I can.
Come on!
Yes, master. Yes.
Come on, work for that ride.
Yes, master. Yes. Do you want a coffee now, sir?
No, we'll wait for that. Only because if anything happens, I want to be the problem and not the not something you did.
Yeah.
Key thing. It's okay. I see it.
Right. And the nut is over there.
Did you say I'm the bitch?
Give me a coffee when you're done.
Shit. Shit, I get you some Canadian Tim Hortons. Now that we got the ring and starter off the plane, we were off to the aviation candy store a few days later for a quick repair of the ring and to pick up a brand new starter. Once there, it was a quick separation of the gear ring and flywheel. Into the oven to warm one part and into the freezer for the other. After a short while, both were brought together and back to the airport we went for reassembly. The ring took but a few minutes to reinstall, whereas the starter was difficult due to the lack of space where washers and nuts were to be installed. The Prestolite starter was also swapped out for a B and C starter. All right, so it's a couple of days later. We got the ring and the starter all worked out, and everything's back together, as you can see right behind me here. The plane is back together again, and it's time to look at the very next thing on our road to Oshkosh. But right now, we've got to look at packing for Oshkosh, the camping thing. So I've got a bunch of equipment that I purchased over the years and never got to use because I never camped at Oshkosh before, in my plane, that is. Now, the luggage area in this plane is not that big, so weight, of course, is the utmost importance. So I've got two categories of equipment as I pack this airplane. What goes in the back and what will go in the front, because there won't be a passenger with me. So I can put some things in the foot area or seating area of the plane itself. So whatever goes in the back of the plane for now is considered the camping equipment, and everything that's necessary and things that I carry around all the time with me will go on the passenger seat or in front of the passenger seat, where there's kind of a well there for the feet to rest, and it's a good place to store items when no one's flying in that passenger seat. All right, so here's everything that's got to go into the luggage area of the plane. from left to right, what we've got on this side over here is the actual cot that I'm going to sleep on because I'm old and I refuse to sleep on the ground anymore. This is it's supposed to be a 3-man tent, feels more like a 2-man tent. This over here is the ultralight hiker's chair. To watch those wonderful air shows every day at Oshkosh. And this is the not so light sleeping bag. It's supposed to be super light, but I think it weighs almost like 7 or 8 pounds. So quite heavy. And over here is the cover for the canopy of the Lancair that I built myself. I've never actually used it outside, but I figure if there's a lot of sun that week, it would protect the whole interior of the plane and keep it cool, hopefully. And on this side over here, what we've got is the stuff that I take around with me pretty much whenever I fly, short or long distances. We start off with my favorite over here is every nut and bolt I would need in case I had to replace something on the plane itself. And also, I've got nuts and bolts here that don't even fit on my plane, simply because in case somebody else needs something, I've got extras. So if you run out of something, let me know. Look for me at Oshkosh. All right. The other thing is I've got the claw. And the claw bag itself is 10 pounds. It's pretty heavy. But in here, I keep the tools that I would need, like wrenches and such, a couple of tools, anything to help me out when I need something in here. This is my flight bag, or the bag as far as the paperwork, logbooks and such of the airplane. Oil. I'm not going to fly with W80. It's just for the video right here. I'll probably carry at least 2 or 3 quarts of oil, because I don't know if I'm just going to Oshkosh or I'm going to travel all over the United States. So I would need a couple of quarts of oil. I usually burn about only 1 quart per 10 hours. The overall flight should be about a dozen hours back and forth. So, 1 quart is more than enough. But again, I'm a little obsessive when it comes to this sort of stuff. So I'll probably bring a couple of quarts. The flight bag in the back, or the camera bag in the back, is for all my cameras and GoPros and such. I have to rethink that because it is a little bigger than normal. So I might rethink the size. It's not heavy. It's just rethinking the size for the space in the back. All right, so that's a wrap for this episode. In the next episode, what we're going to do is work specifically on how to get from point A to point B, that is Calgary, Alberta, to Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and all the things that I'm going to have to take care of before I actually make the flight. And remember, if you've got any comments that can help me out, please put them down below. I'd be more than glad to take any tip I can about flying your airplane into Oshkosh. So we'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.